Hey guys, it's Vicky. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my sales for the month of February 2020 on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. So if you would like to see how much I made this last month, then keep watching. Alright, so sales picked up a little bit compared to January. I decided instead of just relying only on Poshmark that I needed to cross post to eBay and just bite the bullet. You know, I was afraid of eBay. When I cross posted last year, I really didn't see any sales at all. And when I did see sales, they ended up being returns. So I took one day and I just listed as many things on eBay as I could. And I got up to 250 listings on eBay. And right now I think I'm at 280, so I'm trying to push to 300. So on eBay, it's kind of like sporadic, you know, a little bit here and there, and then some days I don't have any sales, some days I'll have multiple sales. So I believe since I'm starting off this month fresh on eBay, my sales for the month of March will probably be right where I'm wanting them to be. I'm wanting to make around $1,500 a month. You know, I'm not trying to reach for any, you know, $5, $6, $7,000 a month goal. All right, so you know, my monthly goal for me to stay at home, I need to make at least $1,400 a month. That is like the max amount that I need to make. Anything over that would be considered like extra money that I could save. I've added all of my bills up, including like gas and buying food and stuff like that. So 1,500 is right where I want to be. And this month I got pretty close to it, but not exactly. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show you guys what sold for over $25 on each platform. And then I will talk about my earnings on each platform as well as my cost of goods and what I made in all for the month. So that will be towards the end of the video. Alright, so we're going to start off with Mercari. So I had one sale from Mercari this month, and this was posted on the 6th, so it's 18 days ago is when I sold this. This is a Vineyard Vines Blue Whale pullover. It did have a small stain on the sleeve. I was able to sell it for $38 and I made $29, and that was from his house. I spent $2 on this. Alright, so on eBay now, I had multiple sales on eBay, and I'm just going to show you the ones that sold for over 25. So the first thing was this Eloquii women's plus size shift dress. This sold for $39.99 plus $5 shipping. I got this from the Dollar Rack at Goodwill. This pair of Patagonia women's size 2 stand-up shorts sold for $29.99 with free shipping. They actually shipped here in South Carolina, so they shipped to Charleston, so shipping was maybe like $3, something like that. It was very, very minimal. I paid $3.75 for these at Goodwill. So I actually gave a partial refund on these because there was a little spot on the back which I thought was just part of the regular distressing that is kind of all over this, as you can see, like around here and here, but it was actually like kind of a worn through hole in a stretched out area. So I did partially refund her. She was fine with it. We talked about it, and yeah, that one was a good sell. I paid $5.75 for all of these Miss Me and Rock Revivals each. So this one right here sold for $39.99. It was the Miss Me Easy Boot Cut jeans. The next thing that sold was this Cachet women's ruched bodycon dress. It sold for $29.99, and I paid $1 for this at Goodwill. These teaks sold for $52.18 with $7.50 expedited shipping to Texas. And I explained to her that these did have wear. I showed her that they had some wear back here, and she said that she saw it. She was fine with it. I did want to make sure because I did not want to return, but it did have some flaws to it. I paid $1.39 at the bins for these, so I thought that was a pretty good flip. The next item that sold were these Naote women's black patent leather clogs. They sold for $26.99 with $8.25 expedited shipping. And I don't really remember what I paid for these, probably like $4 or $5 at Salvation Army. Alright, so this one sold for $30 with free shipping. Sold to somebody who collected watches. He was looking for more vintage watch pieces, and so I'm going to definitely keep my eye out. This came from my grandmother's garage, and we've been going through all of her stuff, a lot of vintage pieces there, so This is Omega, and you could tell by that little the horseshoe. That's a good sign. If you find watches with this little horseshoe on it, you might want to get it because it does have a very good resale value. Alright, the next item that sold were these Stuart Weitzman women's size 10 narrow black suede square toe sock boot kitten heels. That's a lot. They sold for $49.99, $8.70 expedited shipping. Alright, the next thing that sold were these Dockers Classic Line women's black leather lace-up ankle boots. They sold for $38 with $8.70 expedited shipping. And the next item that sold were these J. Crew collection Green Cafe wool silk capri crop pants. They sold for $36.99 with $8.25 expedited shipping. The next item that sold was the Soft Surroundings pink long sleeve cardigan. It sold for $29.99 with free shipping. This right here is a Jam's World women's jamboree floral mini dress. It sold for $57. I actually purchased this for $1 at Goodwill. Alright, so that was everything that sold on eBay. Now for Poshmark. The first item was this Tahari black lace floral embroidered dress. It sold for $25. It sat for a little bit. I'd say about two or 3 months it sat. The next item were these Michael Kors Courtney high heel boots. They sold for $50. I paid $8 for these at Goodwill. These are a pair of Betsy Johnson Reeve rhinestone flats. They sold for $45. I actually had to glue the back piece on. I think I still had a photo of that right here. It was hanging down, so I got some glue and I glued it back, and then it looked normal again. And so she was very happy with those. I paid full price for these at Goodwill, $6.50. So that was a good flip. The next item that sold was this Kenneth Cole vegan leather lace-up booties. We actually bought these for my 19-year-old. She decided she didn't want them. We bought them for $6.50 at Goodwill, and I sold them for $25. This is an Eileen Fisher open front jacket. It sold for $30. I got this from Goodwill on the regular racks, so it was $5.75. This is a pair of 7 for All Mankind dojos, and they sold for $48. These did have some flaws. The back of them had a little tiny spot down here where the denim was kind of frayed a little bit, I guess you'd say. It also had the iron marks, but the person was satisfied. They did leave a 4-star, and they said that they had been hemmed and they didn't realize it, which I didn't realize it either. So, but they still accepted their order, so that was a good thing. These are a pair of Anne Klein's ankle boots. These sold for $30. I got these from the bins. I thought they were kind of cool looking. And the next item was this vintage 80s City Girl multicolor satin jacket. It sold for $25. And then I had this pair of Rock Revival Lucille skinny stretch jeans. They sold for $56. These were $5.75. It was with that big lot that I got, if you saw my last thrift haul. These are a pair of Free People Brayburn leather booties. They sold for $36. I got these from the bins. Alright, the next pair of shoes were these Corky's Christie Comfort Sandals. They sold for $28. I actually took these to the shoe repair to get fixed, but I sold them for $28. I got these for like $3.25, I believe, at the Goodwill retail store. Alright, the next pair were a pair of Rock Revival, the Luna Easy Boot bootcut jeans. They sold for $55. The next pair that sold were these Mother, the Flirt Shoe jeans. They sold for $55. I got these for, I believe it was 50 cents or 99 cents at Salvation Army in Augusta. They sold literally the next day after I listed them. And then we have this vintage Herman Geist wool knot closure cardigan. It sold for $27. The next item were these Carhartt men's brown denim overalls. They sold for $50. Then we have another pair of Miss Me jeans. These sold for $35. This was a piece I found at his house for $2. So this is the Revolve. LNA is the brand, LNA, and Revolve is where they sell it at. It's the Nara maxi dress, and it sold for $35. The next item was this Free People high-low skirt. It sold for $29. Now this is a piece that I have on consignment for one of my friends. She gave me a bunch of suits and shoes, things that she just hasn't worn in forever. So I decided to put them up for her, and so this one did sell for her. It sold for $35. This is the Calvin Klein black slingback flats. They sold for $25. I got these from the bins. This dress right here is so pretty. This is a vintage Hawaii, what is it, Hawaii nightie? I don't really know how to say that, but it's a hibiscus print maxi dress. It sold for $50. I found this at the bins. Nothing wrong with it. I don't know why nobody grabbed it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So she purchased that, and that actually has not been accepted yet. I believe she'll probably be accepting that here either today or tomorrow. Alright, so the next item that sold was this Peruvian Connection Persephone dress. It sold for $28. I actually purchased two of these at the Goodwill retail store. They were together. They were also each $6.50. So the first one sold for, I believe, $40. So I just went ahead and sold this one for $28. And that was good. The next item is this Betsy Johnson blue sheath cutout cocktail dress. It sold for $28, which is pretty good because a lot of my Betsy Johnson stuff sells for under $20. So $28 is what that sold for. This one sold on my other account, which I took everything off of again. And it is a vintage Miss Elaine floral mark signature skirt. It sold for $40. I actually found this on the racks in the skirt section at Goodwill retail, and I paid $4.75 for this one. So that was a good one as well. So that was everything that sold that was over $25 on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. So let's go ahead and get into my numbers. So for Poshmark, the total amount that I made net was $1,142.13. My cost of goods was $177.33, and my total earned was $964.80 for the month of February. On eBay, my net profit, this is after my shipping cost, after eBay fees, and after PayPal and sales tax, all of that stuff that comes through. It was $346.21. My cost of goods was $46.14, and my total earned profit on eBay was $300.07. Now on Mercari, my net profit was $29.21. My cost of goods was $2, and my total earned was $27.21. My monthly profit for everything was $1,292.08, and after taxes, about $1,033.66. So, it could be better, but it's good enough for right now. I know things are starting to pick up a good bit here. Just the beginning of this month, I've already done pretty well on both Poshmark and eBay within just the last 2 days. So hopefully things will be much better here in March like they were last year. So that was everything that sold. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And as always, if you're not subscribed, I welcome you to do so. I put out content every Wednesday and Saturday, and I always do an extra video each month showing my sales report for all the platforms that I sell on. So I will talk to you all in my next video, which will be on Wednesday. So have a great day. Bye.